Hello, good afternoon. Here I am in the lovely sunshine without my sunglasses. So welcome to the Find Your Why Foundation Wise Words, where we answer a why question sent in to us from either the wise women of the Live, Love, Laugh Lounge or the wise men of the Man Cave. So here I am in lovely London, and if you don't know who I am Dr. Cheryl Chapman, and I am joined and aided and abetted with the lovely superstar that is
me. Hello, I'm Marion, Dr. Marion Bevington, at your service.
Yes, so I'm outside in the sunshine at an event. So just rushed out. So sorry for the delay in the proceedings. Marion looks like she's at home in London.
I'm just packing, actually. I'm just getting ready to go off to Glastonbury for the weekend.
Oh, pack your hats, pack your wellies. So the question today raised by the wise community is, why does it always happen to me? So what's this all about, Maz? What do you reckon? Oh, look at me. Hang on. That's better.
So, well, this is all about being stuck in a way of thinking that means that you've actually given your power away. So it's about not really being responsible for what you perceive is happening to you. And generally what my understanding of where this all comes from is because we are educated to believe that we have to be told what to do. You know, when you're a kid, do as you're told. Then you're at school, do as you're told. And then you're at work, do as you're told. And then you're signing on for your pension, do as you're told. And then you're about to get in your coffin, do as you're told. It's like we've got this idea given to us. It's a program that we are incapable of being responsible for ourselves, making decisions for ourselves, and being our own authority. But it's all nonsense. So people who are caught in this cycle of thinking that things happen to them, there is a very different way to think about it, because that is a very painful place to live. It's a very sad place to live. And who wants to be a victim?
Well, that's what we're talking about, aren't we? Because when you say, you know, why does this always happen to me? Well, it doesn't always happen to you. It's because you allow it to. Now, that's a bit controversial because, you know, if you're a child and you're being beaten up by your parent or whatever might be going on, of course, sometimes there's not a lot you can do. But the actual phrase, why does this always happen to me? It's kind of like, like there is some element of resistance. You know, if you put out there, why does this always happen to me? Your inner Google starts going, oh, why does this always happen to me? Well, let me give you loads of reasons why it should. And then that's potentially when you get there, because you're useless, because, you know, you're not good enough or whatever it is. And then that kind of adds fuel to the fire of, why does this happen to me? Oh, well, these are the reasons. Oh, this is why it's going to happen more. So that's kind of the sense that I get from it, because it's kind of like it doesn't happen to you. It kind of happens. I mean, yeah, that's my version of it. I know it sounds a little bit
yeah, absolutely. Things do happen, but they don't happen to me. They happen, and then I respond with my feelings, my thoughts, my emotions, my reactions. So I'm doing the responding, thinking, reacting. I can't do anything about the happening, the thing happening. I can't do anything about that. But absolutely, I can put myself in a state or a place or a mood or an idea that can control how I end up feeling and what I end up doing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing is, it's a little bit like your emotions, isn't it? You know, your emotion pops up. In that moment, you're either happy, sad, whatever, and you can stay in that emotion, or of course you can change the state and move away from it, can't you? So what? You know, when somebody's in this victim mentality, what are some of the things that they can do to get out of it?
Well, when it comes to being stuck in an emotion, the reason that we get stuck in emotions is because we're not actually allowing them to process. Because an emotion it's like a little process that happens. It's got a beginning, it's got a middle, and it's got an end. And if you allow it to have all of those parts, then it will eventually go away. Emotions never last forever, but we can hang on to them forever, because we can choose to get stuck in the middle process where the emotion is there. And then if we allow ourselves to fall into victim mentality, or to fall into fear, or to fall into ideas that are meaning that we've got no control, then the the emotion itself doesn't actually get processed. And there's lots of reasons. It's not like we do this on purpose, because not only have we been programmed and educated to believe there is an external authority, we also have a pile of traumatic stuff that gets stuck. And often unprocessed emotions are part of what happens when a trauma happens to us. So the example we've got of the 3-year-old little kid with her ice cream on a lovely sunny day, it's very appropriate today, isn't it? And there she is, she's just about to lick it, and it's dripping down on her fingers, and she decides to lick her fingers first, and there goes the ice cream and the flake on the floor. And it's a trauma. And in that trauma, there's loss, there's probably sadness, there's probably all sorts of bereavement stuff going on for that poor little one who's lost her ice cream. And it doesn't happen to everybody, but I'm pretty sure it must have happened to me. Because those traumas then, because they're incomplete emotion cycles or emotion processes. So again, understanding how you can get into what has not yet completed its process and help that process then to go on and finish, that transforms the way you feel about the shit that comes up the next time. So the next time you drop your ice cream, you go, oh, well, I'll get another one. Or, oh, well, it was going to, a minute on the lips, lifetime on the hips. You can find a reframe, because there are always a million perspectives or an infinite number of perspectives to see absolutely every situation from. But when we're caught in this little cycle of, being stuck or being traumatized, it's like we're blinkered. We can only see one point of view or one perspective. And yet when we learn how to, or we're coached or supported or mentored or therapeutised or whatever it needs to take us to take a step back, to look at least one other perspective, that then starts to enable whatever's been stuck and caught in like a yo-yo cycle, allow that to unwind and start to finish and end the process. I don't know, did that make sense? Or I felt like I went off on
you did a little bit of Marion's world. Just in terms of the reframe, for those people who are watching and don't know what a reframe is, how would you describe the reframe?
So, well, a reframe is like, oh no, my God, it's disaster, catastrophe, I've dropped my ice cream. Or you could say, wow, my ice cream just fell on the ground and the dog's eaten it. Lucky dog. I'm so happy the dog's enjoying the ice cream. That's a reframe.
Yeah, so it's just like putting a different view of it, a different interpretation of it.
Yeah.
I wanted to say hello to Cheryl Lewis, who is saying, ooh, I love your hair.
For both of us. Mine actually needs washing. That's nice to hear. I might not wash it now.
There's a couple of things I want to point out here. So the question, and again, if we just remind ourselves what the question of the day is, if you're just joining us, and the wise question that's come from one of the wise women or one of the wise men is, why does this always happen to me? So there's a little word in there, quite a long word, which is always. Why does it always happen to me? Always. Gosh, that must be a terrible life where every single second of every single day, like everything's always bad. And there's a couple of things. If you're in that kind of energetic field of feeling like everything is bad, then guess what? Like attracts like. So there's going to be a lot of bad around, but always is like a lovely word of just like total bullshit. Let's be fucking honest. Always. I mean, we laughed at it because it's always happening. Oh, why do they always treat me like this? It's not always. It'd be every single second of every day if it was always. So there's a little bit of a hint, if you like, when you listen to somebody and you hear yourself going always, you can just stop and go, hang on, this is where the reframe comes in. You go, it's not really always, is it? I mean, it happens a lot, maybe, but not always. So start to notice what you're saying to yourself out loud or in your head. Giveaway of a victim mentality. I remember when I was working in corporate, and every sort of couple of years, I would move and go somewhere else. And I remember my friend Victoria saying, "Oh, how are you getting on with your job?" And I just don't get me. And she's like, "Oh," she looked at her watch and said, "Yeah, that's about right. Every 2 years." Well, she was looking at her watch for 2 years. I have no idea, by the way. And I said, "No." She goes, "You always do this." I was like, "Always?" She's like, "Yeah, every 2 years you change jobs." And then she just said to me, "Have you ever thought about what the common denominator is?" Yeah, you guessed it. Because I said, "Oh, people never understand me. I always feel like I'm the odd one out." You know, and it was me. Nothing wrong per se with the companies, except I was going for the same type of company at the time as well anyway, so that was never going to work, was it? If I wasn't happy in one, probably not going to be happy in the others. So yeah, the word always. And also it's just this kind of, it doesn't happen to you. You know, it happens when you're there, isn't it? And you can walk away. I remember Marissa, actually, when you were just talking to me about the ice cream man, Marissa Pearson said once, this woman was on a plane and they were in their bath. The woman came out of the toilet and she was like, "Oh my God, there's a disaster!" And everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, you know, is the plane being taken over? Are we losing height? You know, what's going on?" We were panicking in the chairs. And then one of the ladies, what do they call them? Not air hostesses these days.
Trolley dolly.
Well, that'll go down well with the. I think it's air steward, isn't it? Now? Or cabin crew. Cabin crew. That's what the word I'm looking for. I said, "Oh, can I help you, cabin crew? There's no toilet paper in the toilet." I mean, is that really a fucking disaster? You know, I mean, like world peace. You know, children dying, people dying. You know, those are disasters, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's a disaster because there's no toilet paper. So, you know, maybe in your mind, you know, why does this always happen to me? But what is this? Why does it always happen to me? It kind of insinuates that it's bad. It could be good. Why is it that I always win loads of raffle prizes like we did at the event on Friday? Because we're lucky. But it isn't always, because you don't always win raffle prizes. So that word always for me is always. What's my written in? Let's see what she'll say. It says, I notice when this happens, no more generalizations for me. Absolutely.
Never, ever generalize ever again.
Yeah. I've told you a million times not to overgeneralize.
And I think actually, Cheryl Lewis, that's brilliant, because what you've just done is you've really highlighted something. We're really hard on ourselves. Of course you're going to generalise. We always do. How about every time I generalise, I'm going to forgive myself? That'd be a nice place, wouldn't it?
So anything else? We're going to make this a quick one today anyway. So because it's just like, just watch what you're saying. You know, see whether or not there is anything that you can do. You know, if you're in a room full of cyanide gas, you know, you've got a choice, haven't you? Do you want to stay there and be in the miserable place and, you know, potentially die with the cyanide gas, or do you want to move away from it? You do have a choice. You know, things are going on around you. You know, unless you are a child, in which case you don't really probably have too much choice. But you know, as an adult, we have a choice to walk away from a lot of situations. So if it is a negative one, then you know, choose to reframe it, choose to look at it differently, choose to make a decision. It doesn't always. I love that word. Anything else to add, Maz?
Yes, I know something that's always happening.
Oh,
Change is always happening.
And what's your lovely saying that we can leave our lovely listeners with? Change is
no, is it? It's not change is inevitable. Pain is inevitable. Misery is optional.
You could say the same for change, couldn't you? Let's just change that.
Change is inevitable. Misery is optional.
Exactly, yeah. There we go. If you've got any questions that you would like to ask us, the why questions of the day, please put them in the chat box or PM us if you don't want people to know that it's you. What Cheryl's saying here. Yes, well, usually I tell myself to rewind and reword. Oh, I like that. Rewind and reword. Girlfriend. That's what that sounds like to me. Fabulous. Love it. Good stuff. So, have a wonderful weekend. We will be back on Monday with wise words of the day. So it's goodbye from me in the lovely sunshine here in London. Have a great weekend, Mazzy, in Glastonbury. Goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from her.
Goodbye. Bye, Cheryl. Bye, anybody that's watching the recording. And we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.